Rotimi Fakayojo joins me now to review yesterday's trading session. Good morning, Rotimi, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Harry.
Well, seeing as there's a 2-day holiday this week, that is for Christmas and Boxing, there was this impression that there would be profit taking at the market yesterday, but key indicators actually appreciated. So what drove the market?
Well, I think basically we don't expect profit taking at this point in time. What we'll have expected will have been pressure or selling pressure for certain securities. And I think for yesterday, because of the fact that a few stockbroking firms have already closed shop for the year, that really impacted in the volume and value that we saw yesterday. We did less than 3 billion value yesterday, and I think but that also translated to at least for few investment houses that are still looking for stocks to buy, that we saw that translate into an appreciation in the all-share index and the market capitalization. So I think basically we don't really expect a profit taking at this time. Investment and portfolio managers are actually looking at their books this time around, and they believe that they can still get better bargain for the close of their book. So invariably what that implies is that there's still going to be more purchases of certain securities, and I think so that the kind of valuation that we have for their book for the end of the year will still really be very appreciable, and we'll really see the index doing very excellently this year.
Now, what has been happening to insurance stocks? Because it was the only index among the sectoral indices that didn't appreciate yesterday.
Yes, I think it was the only index that lost yesterday, and coupled with ASEM index that didn't gain at all. I think for that industry, they really had it very bad in the last 3-4 years. There hasn't been much profitability coming from coming from most of the insurance firms. It's only a handful of them, the likes of Prestige, the like of Custodian, the like of ICO, the like of Mansard, and maybe Continental Re, that have really proved some profitability and have actually paid dividend. But for most other ones, it's either they are still understating their profit, that is, their profit is not as what it used to be, or they're even declaring loss outrightly. So I think investors' appetite for majority of these stocks have really been very low or even zero in some instances. There are some of them that are still trading very much at par value of 50 kobo. I did mean that the price could go lower than that level. We definitely will have seen a lot of insurance firms trading at about 25 kobo. So I think for that particular sector, they've had it bad. Their books have not really been good for many of them, except for the few ones that are very outstanding. So that's basically the reason why it's not really gained appreciably compared to other sectors within the year.
All right, Rotimi, yesterday we noticed that about 39 equities appreciated in prices against 13 stocks that investors gave the cold shoulder. And of those 13 stocks that investors gave the cold shoulder, there was Guinness and Cadbury. Why did investors take this stance?
Well, I think for Guinness, sometimes they pay dividend, and I think to an extent the kind of dividend that they paid wasn't really welcomed by investors. And I believe that with the books that with their financials that they sent thereafter, we really didn't see much appreciation in the figures that they sent. But I want to believe also that it's one of the major stocks that are actually in the books of most portfolio managers. And I want to believe that today we'll see a different turn coming for that particular stock. But for Cadbury, I think there hasn't been any substantial reason why we are seeing what we are seeing. But I think something that may be alluded to that will be close to the news that was in town about the possibility of the company buying back some shares. And I don't really see that really happening because of the cost implications that will be involved. So I think people got that news right, and I think now for a lot of people that believe that by now the price ought to have gone to a certain level, they're not seeing that, and they're trying to take off from the stocks. So I think by the time that happens considerably, with the stock at about 60-61 naira, I think investors will give it a second look again.
So what happened to most of the medium cap stocks? Because what we're seeing is a lot of stocks in the high cap category. We're not seeing most in the medium or the lower cap stocks. What happened to most of the stocks yesterday?
Well, for the medium cap, I think to an extent there was really some there was still some demand for them. But I think what actually plays out for every of the stock is their financials. If the fundamentals are right, then investors will give them a very good look. And I think for the high cap stocks, I think for most of their results, it will really be very substantial, particularly Dangote Cement. And I think the result is quite substantial with a 9-month result, giving a profit after tax of about 151 billion naira, larger than the turnover of some banks. The total revenue of some banks. I think that is really the reason why investors are giving it the kind of support in terms of demand that we are seeing presently, which is translated to the high price that we are seeing.
Well, Rotimi, there's just 3 hours of trade today because it's the 24th and it's Christmas tomorrow and then Boxing Day. And so within these 3 hours, should we expect some profit-taking activities as investors consolidate their books?
Well, I think there need not really be much activity today since we still have next week, Friday this week, then Tuesday and Thursday. I think the rate effect is really going to be felt by Monday and Tuesday. That's when the bears and the bulls we have to slug it out. And I think with the way I'm seeing it, we've been saying that the Osha index is going to hit above 40,000 basis points. Yesterday it was 39,906, and I think we may really see it crossing that line today.
Well, thank you so much, Rotimi, for sharing your thoughts with us. Do enjoy the holiday and have a profitable trading session today.
Thank you.